struggle to understand fast conversations with native English speakers? You're not alone. And the key to fluency is consistent practice in both listening and speaking. In this episode of the At English Shining podcast, we're here to help you boost your confidence through real, engaging dialogues. Today's topic is how to train your ear, understanding fast native English. Listen closely, repeat what you hear, and practice with us to sharpen your skills. Let's dive in.
Have you ever had that moment you feel like your English is really getting there? You know, reading, emails, maybe even chatting okay. But then, boom, you try to watch a movie or listen to native speakers just talking.
And it's just a blur.
Exactly. Like a totally different language, super fast, you can't quite catch it. If that sounds familiar, well, you're definitely not alone.
Oh, absolutely. That feeling of just being swamped by fast English, it's almost universal for learners. Your textbooks, your lessons, they build the foundation, sure.
Yeah, they're crucial.
But they often don't quite prep you for, real-life fast chat.
Absolutely. And that's exactly what we're going to dig into today, our mission, really. We want to give you some practical steps and shed some light on why fast, natural English feels like such a hurdle.
And how to actually get over it.
Right. We'll look at those shifts, how words connect, sounds getting cut or reduced.
Yeah, pronunciation changing just for, fluency.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because native speakers, we don't usually think about doing this stuff.
It just happens.
Yeah, it just happens. It's sort of evolved to be efficient, streamlining.
Okay, so let's really get into it. Why is it so hard?
Well, like we were saying, the main thing is native speakers almost never say each word perfectly clearly all by itself.
Not like in the listening exercises.
Exactly. We connect sounds, we use shortcuts. Sometimes sounds just disappear.
Right. Okay, so step one then, decoding this connected speech thing. What's the basic idea?
Connected speech, yeah. It's basically just how words flow together when we talk naturally. The end sound of one word often kind of links right into the start of the next one. There are a few main ways this happens.
All right, lay them on us. What are the main patterns?
Okay, first up, linking. This is usually a consonant sound at the end of a word connecting smoothly to a vowel sound at the start of the next. Think turn off. Often sounds more like turn off, you add in linking to the O.
Yeah, I hear it. Turn off. Like one word almost. What else?
Go on can become go one. That
Yeah.
dibia sound kind of appears.
Okay, linking. Got it. What's pattern number two?
Next is elision. Elision means a sound just gets dropped, completely left out. Super common one. The T in next day. You'll often hear next day.
Next day. Yeah, the T's gone.
Right, or like friend of mine. The option shrinks down, sounds like friend of mine. The O sound kind of vanishes.
It really is like taking shortcuts.
Totally. Then there's assimilation. This is where a sound changes slightly to become more like a sound that's right next to it.
How does that work?
We'll take good boy. Sometimes it sounds more like gub boy. That new changes to a B because there's another B coming right after it. Easier to say.
Good boy. Okay.
And a classic is don't you. Very, very often becomes don'tcha. The T and the Y sounds blend together.
Don'tcha. I hear that one constantly. Never quite knew why it sounded like that.
And the last main one is intrusion. This is where an extra small sound pops in between words. Again, just to make it flow better.
An extra sound. Like what?
Like in I saw it. Sometimes you might hear a little R sound. I saw it.
Saw it. Okay.
Or between two vowel sounds like go out. You might hear a little W. Go out.
Go out. Wow. Okay. There's clearly a lot going on under the surface of fast speech. So for someone listening thinking, okay, I need to get better at hearing this, what's a good first step, a practical tip?
Yeah, the best thing is really focused listening and then trying to mimic it. Find really short audio clips, YouTube, Netflix scenes, podcast bits, whatever, native speakers talking naturally. Listen really closely to how those words blend. Then try to repeat it. Copy the rhythm, the sounds, everything.
So listen and repeat. Focus on the flow, not just the words.
Exactly. That imitation really helps train your ear and your mouth.
Okay, good advice. Let's move to step two. Getting a handle on reduced forms. What are these exactly?
Reduced forms, right? These are basically the super common short versions of phrases we use constantly. Native speakers use them to, save time and make speech smoother. They're everywhere.
And if you don't know them, you feel like you're missing words.
Totally. It can definitely trip you up.
Okay, give us some common examples. The ones that really catch learners out.
Sure thing. Going to almost always becomes gonna. Like, I'm going to grab lunch.
Gotta. Yeah.
Want to.
Yeah.
Very often turns into wanna. Do you want to see a movie?
Wanna. Okay.
Gotta becomes gotta. I gotta go now.
Gotta leave. Mm-hmm.
We already mentioned don't you becoming doncha. Don't you like this?
Gotcha.
What do you often get squished into whatcha? Like, what you doing?
Whatcha. Heard that a million times.
And let me frequently reduce it to, let me see that.
Let me help. Yeah. Okay, seeing them like that really shows the difference. How do we actually learn these so we recognize them?
Well, one good way is flashcards. Seriously. Full phrase on one side, reduced form with the real example sentence on the other. Then practice saying them out loud every day if you can.
Saying them helps you hear them.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It gets your brain in your mouth used to the sound and the rhythm. Makes them easier to spot when you listen.
Makes sense. Okay, so we've covered connected speech, we've covered reduced forms. Step 3 is about immersing yourself in real conversations. And you have a little dialogue for us.
I do. Just a quick natural speed exchange. Ready?
Yep.
Okay. Speaker A. Hey, what you up to? Speaker B. Nothing much. Just gonna grab some coffee. Wanna come? Speaker A.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me get my keys real quick. Speaker B. Cool. Meet you outside.
Okay, wow, that was fast. Definitely heard whatcha, gonna one, meetcha.
All packed in there.
Now let's call it the textbook version, slower, word by word.
Right. The more deliberate version would sound like this. Hey, what are you up to? Not much. I'm just going to grab some coffee. Do you want to come? Yes.
Yeah.
Let me get my keys really quickly. Okay. I will meet you outside.
Whoa. The difference is huge. Not just speed, but it feels almost stiff compared to the first one.
Exactly. It really highlights how much shorter and more, well, connected real spoken English is.
So that first version is the reality we need to train for.
That's the goal. Recognizing those faster condensed forms.
Which brings us neatly to step 4, active listening techniques. How do we actively train our ears? You mentioned dictation and shadowing. Tell us about dictation first.
Okay, dictation. This is fantastic for really zooming in on what you're hearing or maybe not hearing. Basically, you listen to a very short clip, maybe 10 and 15 seconds, and you try to write down every single word, verbatim.
Okay. Sounds intense.
It can be. But then the crucial part, you check your version against the actual transcript or subtitles. See where the differences are. Then listen again while reading the correct text. Do this regularly, a few times a week. It really pinpoints your specific weak spots.
I can see how that would work. Really forces you to confront what you missed. What about the other technique, shadowing?
Shadowing is more about production, but it massively helps listening too. It's like simultaneous repetition. You play a short clip of someone speaking naturally, and you try to speak along with them either right at the same time or just a split second behind, like you're their echo or their shadow.
So you're copying everything. Words, speed, rhythm.
Exactly. You're mimicking the intonation, the flow, how the sounds connect. It forces your brain to process the audio much faster and more accurately.
Like muscle memory for your ears and mouth.
Kinda, yeah. And there are great tools for this stuff.
Like what?
Well, Youglish is amazing. You type in a word or phrase, and it finds you tons of YouTube videos where people actually say it. Great for hearing things in context.
Oh, cool.
TED Talks usually have transcripts, perfect for dictation. YouTube's auto captions can be okay, not perfect, but a start. And podcasts with real conversations, like this one, hopefully.
Good to have options. Okay, that leads us to the 5th and final step, which I think is really important. Embracing imperfect understanding. You don't have to catch every word.
Oh, definitely not. It's so important to let go of that pressure. You absolutely do not need 100% comprehension to follow a conversation, honestly. Even native speakers miss words sometimes or misunderstand. It happens.
That's actually really comforting to hear. So, if you're listening, feeling a bit lost in speed, what should you focus on?
Focus on the key stuff. The main nouns and verbs often give you the core topic. Question words, who, what, where, when, why, how, tell you what information is needed.
Okay, keywords. What else?
Listen to the music of the language, the intonation, the tone of voice. Is it a question? A joke? Are they excited, annoyed? That tells you a lot.
Right, the feeling behind the words.
And context. Always use the context. What's the situation? Who was talking to whom? What just happened? It all provides clues.
So don't panic if you miss a word. Grab the main ideas, the tone, use the situation.
Exactly. Stay relaxed, keep listening. Focus on the overall message, not every single tiny detail. You'll understand more than you think.
Okay, perfect. So let's just quickly recap those 5 steps for training your ear. 1, learn about connected speech linking, elision, all that.
2, Memorize those common reduced forms. Gotta, wanna, gotta.
3. Immerse yourself. Practice with real native conversations.
4. Use active techniques like dictation and shadowing.
And 5. Chill out a bit. Accept that 100% understanding isn't the immediate goal. Focus on the gist.
That's it. Put consistent effort into those areas and you will see progress.
And that really brings us to the wrap-up. The big takeaway here is that, yes, learning to understand fast English takes work, consistent work.
It does. It's a skill you build over time.
But the payoff is huge. You'll start noticing improvements maybe even within a few weeks if you practice regularly.
Yeah, your ears just start to adjust. You get used to the natural sounds, the rhythm, and interestingly, it often helps your own speaking become smoother too.
And the confidence boost, being able to follow along in real conversations, that's massive.
Absolutely. It opens up so much more of the language.
So here's a little challenge for you listening. Find a short video clip, native speakers talking. Watch just 1 minute, no subtitles. Try to pick out just a few key phrases or words you recognize. Don't worry about understanding everything. Just grab something.
Yeah, jot them down. Then try saying them out loud yourself. Mimic how they sounded.
It's a small step, but doing that consistently really builds momentum.
Puts everything we talked about into practice immediately.
Exactly. So keep at it, keep listening actively, and enjoy the process. Your language journey keeps going.
Thanks for tuning in to At English Shining. We hope today's episode helped you get one step closer to understanding real, fast English. Keep practicing, stay curious, and remember that fluency is a journey, not a race. If you enjoyed this episode, give it a like, subscribe, and share it with someone who's learning English too. See you in the next one.